To my help! Death to the others! Move away! Things are about to get dicey! They broke your armor! Be careful! Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
Oh, so wait, does that spell boost armor? I thought it regenerates armor. It does seem to regenerate a bit of the armor, but otherwise it doesn't really do much. Honestly, though, these guys gotta stop. They seriously make themselves look like the scum of the universe.
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sardet, and to what do I owe this honor?
I've been to Asili's laboratory and what I discovered was abominable. Hundreds of poor souls tortured, victims of horrifying experiments. There were so many dead that a pit had been dug to burn the bodies.
How horrifying. I cannot believe it.
The natives were not the only victims of these crimes. There are also a number of Nauts.
Nauts? Pardon me for doubting you, but do you have proof of what you say? And have you brought Dr. Asili to me so he may answer these accusations?
Yes, we captured him.
Really? Very well. I will ensure that he is judged as quickly as possible. What was done with the prisoners that were being held in the laboratory?
They were freed. The Dinea Exregau are satisfied and should call off their attack.
What a relief. Finally, some good news. How can I repay you?
By allowing me to take part in the trial proceedings. What I saw merits justice, and I fear that the accused will find a great many defenders amongst his fellow savants.
It is a rather novel request, but granted. I shall inform the prosecutor. Let us remember that the madness of a man should not cast a shadow upon the greater sum of his work. His research is perhaps our only chance of discovering a remedy. Would you like to speak with me about any other subjects?
Alright, so an additional 2 reputation with him.
Can you tell me anything about Dr. Asili?
Asili is a man of remarkable knowledge. One of our most brilliant sages.
You already told me that, Your Excellency.
He is one of those rare men who master alchemy, mathematics, and naturalism with equal assiduity. Anatomy has no secrets for him, and medicine is his passion. Do you realize that it was he who perfected the inoculation technique?
Inoculation? What is that?
A novel treatment that allows us to fabricate immunity to sickness, such as the pox. If any man can find a remedy for the Malachor, it would be him.
Unfortunately, though, he
I have to
did
go.
some really stupid shit, so...
Farewell, my lord.
Let's make sure. What quest is equipped? Yeah, the trial. Let's go find the attorney. I feel like doing this because Trevor, he killed Asili, or Asili, however you say his name. I'm pretty sure it's Asili. He killed Dr. Asili in his playthrough, which, you know, prevented him from actually trying to get any more, freaking positive feedback from the people of Hickman, so... The Bridge Alliance, you know, refused to help him by the end. Because of blah 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 bullshit, blah blah blah. Hello.
Hello. To whom do I have the honor of speaking?
De Sardet. I'm the legate of the merchant congregation. Governor Buran told me to pay you a visit.
Oh, it is you who arrested Dr. Asili and must help me prepare the trial.
Exactly.
Excellent. We will have lots to do if we want the doctor to pay for his crimes. The accused has a lot of support. Any evidence and testimonies you can gather will be useful.
We'll have no problem gathering witnesses. His laboratory cells were full of them.
We will call them to the witness box, of course. But be aware that if the victims are natives, their words will unfortunately not carry much weight here.
There were also some Nauts. Perhaps I could convince some of the doctor's colleagues to talk.
Their testimony will be crucial. The word of other scholars is likely to be the only thing that condemns him. That plus any material evidence you can gather.
I picked up a strange powder in the laboratory. A substance that I've not been able to identify.
You should show it to an alchemist. We need to know what it is to be able to use it.
These documents describe Dr. Asili's work. as well as the horrible experiments he was performing.
Perfect. I will read them in detail. We will no doubt find something to support my prosecution.
I have found a letter proving that Dr. Asili voluntarily transmitted the Malachor to my cousin, Constantin Dorsey. I would like to add that I too was a victim of this poisoning.
Did the accused try to take the life of the governor of New Serene? This is an extremely serious crime.
Indeed. He saw my cousin and me as the ideal control group to prove his theories. And no humanitarian or diplomatic consideration could put a stop to his ambition.
This letter alone is crucial proof. I will put it on our file.
Do we have any chance of winning?
Yes, I am rather confident. You have provided overwhelming evidence. But if we had witnesses, we would have an even bigger chance of winning.
I will return to you soon. The North
Yeah, I was
should
about
be
to
at
say.
the port, and the islanders had to take refuge in Vikshadir. As for the scientists, they said they would go back to the governor's laboratory. I should give this powder to someone who can tell me what it is.
Alright, so got multiple places we can be going. Let's see, they're asking me to convince an alt to testify first, so we'll go do that, and then we'll go find an alchemist who can examine the powder, maybe tell me that, yeah, that actually has the Malachor in it, and I'll be like, oh, motherfucker. Because how the fuck else was he supposed to poison us? And because of the fact that I was actually native-born, but born on an alt ship and everything, you know, that my mother and father was actually a native, so I was actually immune to the Malachor because it's been assumed that the Malachor is a disease that was spread by an frictamen. There we go, I'm starting to say the words right. So, yeah. Lucky me, but unlucky Constantine.
To my help.
What the fuck?
Death to the other.
Oh, yeah, I get it now. Leave him alone. Someone's trying to erase evidence.
Is everything all right?
Once again, thanks to you. These people wanted to kill me.
They certainly wanted to prevent you from testifying at the doctor's trial.
The doctor will be judged. I suppose you'd like me to testify about how we suffered.
Indeed. If you do not fear another attempt on your life by these men.
Don't worry. I won't put up with intimidation. From now on, my people will watch over me until I can testify. And I intend to witness the execution of our torturer. You can count on me.
Thank
Nice.
you. Your word will be crucial during the trial.
I convinced an alt to testify. Now, let's see, what's the... Yes, have the dark powder analyzed. That's exactly what I wanted to do next. All I had to do is crawl over a wall just to get to this, place.
I never thought I'd see you here again. Why are you still free?
Dr. Honor made sure that I was set free. He needed my help. What do you want?
What is your purpose here?
I helped Dr. Honor to understand the research of my former master. He's the one who became his successor.
I do hope that he doesn't use the same methods.
Of course not.
What about your other colleagues? What's become of them?
They felt guilty. They stopped their experiments and returned to Al-Sad.
What do the other scholars think of Dr. Asili now that his actions have been revealed for all to see?
Most still admire him greatly. He was the greatest amongst us, you know? They didn't witness what was happening in the lab, and they have little interest in the natives. For them, the main problem is political, given that the war against the rebels cost us dearly. Until they understand the horrors that happened there, they will not have any moral issues.
Are you prepared to testify against Dr. Asili?
I would like to say no. You had me thrown in prison, and without Dr. Honor's intervention, I would still be there. But I can't stop thinking about what we did in that laboratory. I think only by testifying will I ease my conscience.
Thank you. Your story could change the outcome of this trial.
Alright, now.
I discovered this strange powder in one of the laboratory's chests. Do you know what it is?
I did see the doctor using it once or twice, but I don't know what it is. But I can study it for you if you want. I have the tools that will allow me to do so here.
So, what is it?
It is a quintessence of black blood. Probably created using the blood of numerous patients. The doctor managed to harness the very concept of the Malachor in this powder. A single pinch ingested by someone would be enough for them to be afflicted by the disease. With the quantities that you brought me, hundreds of people could be contaminated. It's terrifying. I cannot believe Asili would do such a thing. Here, these are my notes. I wrote down all the details of my experiments, as well as my conclusions.
Thank you. I will relay them to the prosecutor.
All right.
I must leave you. What she saw working alongside Asili obviously upset her. She will make an excellent witness.
I can't talk to you, but it's clear that you're this... Well, pretty sure that you are the doctor now that she's working with. Alright, what's my next objective? Talk with Afra about Asili. We're right here.
To Sardet, I'm happy to see you. Can I do anything for you?
I would like you to tell me about Asili.
I was expecting you to come and see me about this. What would you like to know?
Were you aware of Dr. Asili's experiments?
In part, yes. That's why I chose not to be his student any longer.
Why not say anything?
Because I never thought he would go so far. Over time, he became more and more cruel. I found his approach brutal. As if by meeting the natives it deprived him of all humanity. He spoke of them as test subjects, never as people. But there was a time when he was the greatest doctor and scientist in the Alliance. And I clung on to that memory.
You do know that you were captured thanks to him?
Yes, but I thought the natives wanted to trade us merely as prisoners of war. I was blind. And stupid. I regret it terribly.
Do you think, as your master does, that science justifies all sacrifices?
No. I may have believed that at one time, without of course ever imagining that we'd resort to such cruel treatment. But Dunkus, you and Siora have opened my eyes to the limits of science. To worship it as we do in the Alliance does not make us better than Teleme.
In your opinion, were the horrors practiced in this laboratory necessary for his research?
No, even if he was convinced of it. General interest outweighs the suffering of a few individuals. He wanted results quickly, to the point of neglecting slower, more humane methods. I hope we'll succeed in ensuring these experiments never happen again.
Would you be willing to testify against Dr. Asili during his trial?
Of course. I was going to talk to you about that. I want to convince my colleagues that we must give up these kind of methods. And even if it costs me dearly, I want my master to pay for what he did. Anything else?
Alright. I mean, I could. But I think I'll wait. I'll try to see if... Maybe I'll try to see, like, next stream. I'll start it off and try to see if I can romance both Siora and Afra. Like, make a save and then romance one, load up the save, and romance another. Alright, now it's asking me to meet with the survivors. Okay. Oh, question the researchers at the Hikmet laboratory. There's another person we could ask. Best we do that now. We know it'll be a pain to find them. Maybe they're up here. Because I tried seeing if I could talk to the one guy. And I didn't see an option to talk. Nope. Oh. Old research documents of Dr. Honor. This file contains the notes of Dr. Honor. From what you understand of his sketches and notes, he sought to discover how patients were contaminated and focused on the water that patients might have ingested. On the file, you could see words which were obviously written by Dr. Asili saying, completely useless research. Give up, Honor. We have much better things to do. Here we go. Here's the other person.
Dr.
Honor.
Yeah, that's him.
What is your role and what is your research topic?
I'm in charge of the governor's laboratories. My main research concerns the Malachor, of course. Above all, we searched for a way to reduce the suffering of the sick.
Searched?
Now that we have access to my colleague Asili's work, It gives us hope of finding a cure.
So the crimes he committed while conducting his work do not concern you?
He will be judged for that. But it would be a shame for him to have done all this for nothing.
What do you think of Dr. Asili now that you've learned how he conducted his research?
Well, obviously the few excesses he has conceded himself are unfortunate, but he remains the greatest scientist that the Alliance has ever known. His work has had a profound effect on science. It seems quite unfair to me to reduce his life's work just to what he has done lately.
If I understand correctly, you will be one of his defenders.
Naturally. I don't deny that he made a terrible mistake, but he meant well. And he was probably acting on behalf of our helplessness to combat the Malicor.
Oof, it'll be hard to convince him to testify against him, though.
Would you agree to speak at the trial? Your influence could be crucial.
Oh, but I already intended to give a statement. His lawyer came to find me.
So are you ready to defend a man who used to torture and murder to advance his research?
Indeed, because I think the entire work of a scientist should not be judged on a single mistake. It is obvious that he should not have used such methods, but Asili has never been very political. I doubt he understood the implications of his actions.
So you're saying the only problem in this case is political?
Essentially, yes. The war he nearly caused could have been expensive for our governor and the city, but let's not fool ourselves. No tears will be shed over the fate of a few of those bloodthirsty savages.
What about my cousin, you fucking idiot?
Afra, did you have something to say to Dr. Honor?
Thank you, de Sardet. I feel it is my duty to warn him. You probably know that I was one of Dr. Asili's students.
Naturally. It is undoubtedly under his influence that you have developed this remarkable analytical spirit.
Perhaps. But my analytical mind also pushed me to refuse to continue working with him. I saw his madness and cruelty grow deeper, and what we discovered in this laboratory was abominable. We must condemn him, not only so he can pay for this crime, but to free science from these kinds of abject methods.
Very well. You've convinced me. I will now testify for the prosecution. It is true that it's time to turn the page and leave his cruel methods behind.
Thank you, Doctor. Dr. Honor is an influential scholar. His testimony would convince the judges.
Indeed. Alright, now that we've got that done, now we'll go talk to the natives. Though apparently their words are not going to be as powerful, which makes sense because a lot of these people are just assholes and they don't consider the natives to be intelligent in any way, shape, or form. And, you know, that's kind of worse than the fucking Taleme people because, yeah, they want to, like, convert everyone to the world to their religion and all that. But, like, at least some of them, I'm sure, acknowledge the intelligence of them, especially the people who helped us out with researching more about Mateus. And all that stuff we figured out. Let's finish this up soon. I've got another episode of Black Clover to download and... Nope. Still not giving me the fucking commander's boots. Right, hold up. I forgot to destroy all this other stuff. I just wanted to see the Asili blunderbuss. It's clearly not going to be any better than any of the other guns I've already got equipped on all of us. Yeah, physical damage would be 415, but it's still not better. Because the perfect musket is 696. And the other weapon that Afra has is definitely better. Alright, so hopefully doing this trial will actually lead to better results. And maybe I'll be able to get friendly with the Bridge Alliance and it'll all be done.
Hey! You are the Onol Menawi who freed us. We managed to reach Vikshadir.
They told me what you did for them, Renaikse.
Well done. I was able to give them the care they needed. Some wounds will take time to heal, but they are safe thanks to you.
I'm happy to see that they're better.
But you didn't come here for that, did you?
No. I came to ask for your help. The doctor who captured and tortured you is about to be tried for his crimes.
I just realized I didn't switch my
He has a lot of
gloves.
support among his people. He's a respected man despite what he did. If we don't have testimony from some of his victims, he will surely be released.
You'll have our words. We'll go to the Grand City and tell our story.
And the Mad Lion will die for causing so much harm to our people.
May the earth engulf him. You can return to Hikmet. I'll make sure they get there in good health.
Thank you, Tiernahach. And thank you all. I blame myself for forcing these poor people back to the city where they have suffered so much. I believe our investigation is coming to an end. Let's find the prosecutor.
Hopefully she's not about to be targeted. Let's put back on the gloves. I forgot to switch. Gosh damn it. That's why I tried to put 3 points into craftsmanship, but then it kind of becomes a moot point when you only get 12 points in general. I don't know, I just suddenly thought of Joey Tribbiani. It's a moot point. You know, it's like a cow's opinion. Just doesn't matter. It's moot. Wow, even less boots this time, and still no boots for Vasco. No commander's boots. What the fuck? I just want the commander's boots to complete his set, you know, completely. Give me the commander's boots. Alright, let's hurry back over there. Because I want to try to end the stream, so I need to finish this up. Oh, gosh damn it. Everyone's running into me.
You have returned, Your Excellency. Do you have any news on our matter?
A Nort victim of Dr. Asili agreed to testify at the trial.
Excellent. This kind of testimony will certainly rattle his defense.
The islanders will testify at the trial. Their injuries will surely convince the judges.
Indeed. But do bear in mind that the islanders are not highly regarded in Hikmet.
I managed to convince the scientists in the governor's laboratory to speak in our favor.
Excellent. These are not direct witnesses, but if they denounce the doctor, we are sure to be heard.
I even got a testimony from one of Dr. Asili's colleagues.
Perfect. That will convince our scientists, and you know how important they are in Hikmet.
Afra, one of Dr. Asili's former students, has agreed to testify.
Excellent. This woman is very respected by the governor. Her statement will carry a lot of weight.
Indeed.
An alchemist studied the powder that we found in the laboratory. Apparently, it's some kind of concentrate made from the blood of several patients with the Malachor. It seems that less than a pinch of this powder is enough to contaminate whoever consumes it. There's enough here to make a small town sick.
A terrifying thought. I will add the analysis and this powder to the evidence on record. You have gathered overwhelming evidence. The defense will have a hard time saving the accused. I think we can go to trial with confidence now.
Will the trial begin soon?
It seems to be the right time. Excellent investigation work. I think we have every chance of winning.
Where will the trial be held?
At the palace. I regret to inform you that you will not be able to attend. However, I'm sure the governor will keep you informed of the outcome of the proceedings.
Oof. There we go. Bridge Alliance is friendly now.
Madame,
And I got the achievement.
congratulations.
Favored with the Bridge
trial
Alliance.
was exemplary. Asili's madness was exposed to the entire world. And you have demonstrated the horror of his methods.
Thank you, Excellency. But all praise should be showered upon Sardet. The evidence he supplied was irrefutable.
It was necessary that you hear the victims, in order to understand the extremities to which your science has taken you.
Come now. One cannot conclude that science was guilty here.
Not science, but the savants were. It is never right to set aside humanity in the name of the common good. No knowledge justifies killing or torture.
Your words are wise, and I promise to remember them.
You have not always shown yourself a man of impeccable judgment, Excellency.
We are all, from time to time, victim of our own blind enthusiasm, that is true. But this trial has shaken my usual resolve. It may very well change the course of history.
Alright, but now... everyone except for the Congregation of Merchants is friendly. Why is it that the Congregation is nice? Need to figure out how to get that so friendly. Not that I think the Congregation will, like, be an issue later on. With, like, trying to get the best possible ending. Go to the execution with Afra. Okay, so we still have work to do. Gosh damn. But the Bridge Alliance now is at least friendly with me, so we've got that situated. Best not to take matters into your own hands, though. That can get you fucked. Just like Trev did. Oh, it's right here.
Afra, are you certain that you want to attend this?
I do not want to attend. I must.
Dr. Asili, you have been found guilty of all accusations brought against you. In consequence, the Bridge Alliance Tribunal condemns you to death. Do you have any final words?
You treat me like a monster. But how many times have you stayed your own hands? So close to the goal to finally find a remedy, you would have done as I. What do a few lives mean when the future of all humanity hangs in the balance? You are nothing more than idiots, incompetents, and you, Baron, are the greatest hypocrite of all. You know that I am right.
Executioner, earn your pay.
Oof.
You know that I am right.
Nice. XP gained, 2,200. Now all we gotta do is, alright, which location have I not set up all camps in yet? In the Mene Falag. I don't know if I found that yet. And I'm in Hyde. I don't think I found that yet either. And of course, there's one I'm missing in Quenva. I'll have to look at these later. And of course, there's all these fucking notes that I'm missing. I found enough notes about the Nadag Magaman, but not about the Nadag Lendman, or just any of the other ones. I gotta find those notes. I don't know if I'll look them up or whatever. Alright, but anyways, just take care of all this shit. Then I'll go back to, the residence, and then I will end the stream. Still though, yeah, letting the people execute the dude themselves definitely worked out for the best. Alright, but now everyone except for the congregation is friendly, and all my companions are friendly. Excellent. All I have to do is go back to Constantine, which I shall do at a later time. Oh, right, the residence is right there. Alright, so I think I am getting closer to the end, though, since I got all those major side quests done. But yeah, at least they did the right thing at the end there with the guy. So anyways, though, if you guys have enjoyed, be sure to do the usual accolades, like, comment, share, subscribe if you're new, follow me on Twitch if you haven't already, and if you did like this, like to make that much of a difference to me. So thank you all so much for watching, I'll see you next time. Peace out, Spartans.
Bye.